Still trying to confirm the exact source of COVID-19. It's believed the virus may have jumped from exotic animals to humans at a live market in Wuhan, China. Others speculate it was genetically engineered in a lab. The pandemic has led to increasing calls to ban what are known as wet markets worldwide.
Local lawmakers and animal rights advocates here have joined the fight, but say they also want them banned here in Southern California. KTLA's Kacey Montoya joins us live in the Tech Center with more. Kacey?
Well, scientists are worried about the close contact between humans and wildlife, and although many think these types of markets are only in foreign countries, there are dozens in California. Lawmakers are hoping to shut them down, and you might be surprised to know we have some of these markets in our own backyard.
We need to protect the world against potential sources of outbreaks of these types of viruses.
Australia's Prime Minister publicly questioning the World Health Organization's support of reopening China's wet markets. The COVID-19 pandemic has put a spotlight on Asia's live markets, specifically in Wuhan, China.
It's a place that you go to buy a live animal that they will either slaughter on site for you right there, or you bring home and slaughter yourself.
But you don't have to go overseas to find one.
We have them in the United States all over the place, and we have 35 of them in California.
Judy Mancuso is the founder and president of Social Compassion and Legislation. She says in California, amphibians, reptiles, and birds are allowed to be sold in live markets, but many are selling chickens, lambs, and other exotic animals.
Live markets are something my group and groups around the world have been working against for many years. With COVID-19, now people understand why we want to eliminate them.
According to PETA Research, live animal markets operate mainly in Chinatown sections of several major cities, like Stockton Street in San Francisco and Broadway Street in Los Angeles. Now, New York and California lawmakers are calling for statewide bans.
We've offended nature deeply all over the world, essentially, by going and eating animals we really shouldn't be eating in the first place, and doing it in ways that are not just inhumane, but really a public health risk. And
California State Senator Henry Stern and New York Assemblywoman Linda Rosenthal teamed up with Social Compassion and Legislation to ban these markets on both coasts.
We're cutting off the importation of any species that could have the risk of zoonotic infection from animal to person. But we're also cracking down on whatever remaining markets exist in California for these kind of live animal sales. So
lawmakers say other deadly outbreaks like SARS and avian flu are linked to filthy conditions resulting from crowded live markets.
When we go deep into the rainforest, into our nature, and start eating these animals and treating them like products, nature bites back, and it bites back really hard.
Senator Stern says his priority is getting this legislation passed this year once they're back in session. Here in Los Angeles, City Council members Paul Koretz and Bob Blumenfield are pushing local efforts to ban wet markets in city limits. Back to you.
All right, Kacey.